Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that something fundamental is missing. Not your phone, not your keys, not even your wallet. No, something much bigger. The oceans, rivers, lakes, showers, taps, even that little droplet that sometimes annoyingly hangs on the tip of your nose after you drink. All of it is gone. The Earth, once known as the blue planet, suddenly looks more like a dusty marble rolling through space. Welcome, my friend, to a world without water. At first glance, it looks almost funny. The Earth spins majestically, but instead of glowing with shimmering blue seas, it's painted in shades of dull brown and cracked gray. The continents seem bloated, awkwardly stretching where coastlines used to be. Planet Earth no longer makes sense. Planet Dirt feels more accurate. Astronauts would look out from their space station windows and say, "Wow, it's beautiful, so round, so big, so ugly." On the ground, life gets strange very quickly. Imagine walking into your kitchen first thing in the morning. You reach for the tap to fill a glass of refreshing water, and nothing comes out. Just a pathetic hiss of dust. Your throat burns with thirst, and even though you try to convince yourself you're fine, every passing second makes you more desperate. You start fantasizing not about luxury cars or piles of gold, but about a single ice cube slowly melting in your mouth. Showers? Forget about them. Bathrooms become museums of lost luxuries. The sink, once loyal and reliable, stands silent and mocking. Toilets without water turn into cursed thrones, and the shower... Oh, the shower! The place of relaxation, inspiration, and questionable singing performances, now reduced to a hollow tube that spits out nothing but disappointment. Humanity, robbed of its daily baths, becomes a species of sweaty, grumpy wanderers. Perfume companies thrive, while deodorant becomes more valuable than diamonds. And what about food? Without water, cooking is an art form that collapses instantly. Pasta becomes impossible, rice a cruel memory, coffee an unreachable dream. People try to chew dry noodles like crunchy snacks and convince themselves it's a new trend, but deep down they know it's hopeless. Cafes collapse overnight. Baristas weep. Starbucks shutters its doors, and suddenly every corner of the world mourns the loss of their overpriced caramel frappuccinos. Meanwhile, farmers stare at their cracked fields in despair. Without water, crops die, livestock collapses, and grocery stores become eerie, empty spaces where only dust settles on the shelves. Suddenly, the idea of eating a cactus doesn't sound so bad. People actually line up waiting for a chance to nibble on a spiny desert plant because, hey, at least it has some moisture. But humanity is stubborn. Instead of giving up, people try to adapt. Engineers design elaborate machines to squeeze water out of rocks. Spoiler, it doesn't work. Billionaires buy up the last remaining bottles of mineral water and guard them like treasure. Black markets emerge where a sip of water costs more than a luxury car. Forget gold bars. Now people trade in water shots. Nightclubs don't sell tequila anymore. They sell half-ounce glasses of lukewarm tap water, and patrons cheer before downing it with trembling hands. Politicians step in, of course. They make long speeches about innovation and global cooperation, but everyone knows they're secretly hoarding water in private vaults under their mansions. Wars don't break out over oil anymore. They break out over rumors that someone, somewhere, still has a functional well. Imagine tanks rolling across deserts, not for conquest, not for glory, but for the chance to drink. And then comes the sand. Oh, the sand. Without water to hold it down, the earth becomes one enormous dust bowl. Sandstorms rage across continents, swallowing cities whole. People wear goggles, masks, even fishbowls on their heads just to breathe without choking. In some places, the sky turns permanently orange, as if the entire planet has been cursed with an endless sunset. You try to sweep your house, but the moment you open the door, another avalanche of sand pours in. Living rooms, kitchens, bedrooms, all buried in dunes. Humanity doesn't need architects anymore. It needs archaeologists to dig its way out every morning. Religions change too. Where people once prayed for forgiveness or prosperity, now they pray simply for rain. Ancient myths resurface. Shamans dancing under cloudless skies, desperate ceremonies around cracked fountains, children placing empty glasses on windowsills in case a miracle happens. People talk about Noah not as a legend, but as a hero we desperately need again. Yet this time he wouldn't build an ark. In this parched world, God commands, Noah, a great sandstorm is coming. You must save pairs of every species, and to do that, you must build a quad bike. And Noah, blinking in confusion, obeys. Cities crumble. Skyscrapers, once reflections of human ambition, are slowly sandblasted into featureless towers. Glass windows shatter under the relentless storms. Streets disappear, replaced by endless dunes. Public fountains stand like mocking relics, dry and cracked, pigeons circling them in disbelief. Swimming pools? Nothing more than giant, dusty pits where children once laughed. Beaches? Just empty wastelands where people now lie down, hoping to imagine what waves used to sound like. And yet, life is stubborn. People evolve strange survival habits. Some lick the morning dew off metal surfaces, desperate for moisture. Others invent bizarre drinks using sweat, tears, or even, let's not mention what else. Scientists debate whether humanity can genetically engineer itself to survive without water, but their own parched voices betray their despair. Animals suffer too. Fish, of course, are instantly doomed. The oceans without water become mass graveyards, their sandy beds littered with skeletal remains. Dolphins and whales are remembered only in children's drawings, like mythical creatures that once sang in the depths. Birds migrate endlessly, searching for rivers that no longer exist. Lions and elephants wander deserts, confused and weak, their mighty roars reduced to dry coughs. Humanity, ironically, becomes the last stubborn species clinging to survival, too arrogant to admit defeat. And what about love? Without water, even romance dries up. Candlelit dinners are ruined without wine. Romantic picnics collapse without strawberries and champagne. Couples can't even walk along the beach at sunset because the beach is gone, replaced by a vast desert stretching into infinity. Humanity loses not just its body, but its soul. But then, imagine, just for a moment, that a single raindrop falls. Out of nowhere, a tiny speck of water lands on your hand. At first you think you're hallucinating. You stare at it in awe. The droplet glistens like a diamond. You call others, they rush to see, and together you cradle that drop like it's the most precious thing in the universe. People cheer, cry, even faint from excitement. And in that instant, the world remembers. Water is not just a convenience, it is life itself. Because without water, Earth isn't Earth. It's just dust. It's just despair. It's just the hollow echo of what once was. So maybe, just maybe, the next time you casually pour yourself a glass, or take that long, steaming shower while singing off key, or carelessly let the tap run while brushing your teeth, you'll remember. Water is magic. Water is survival. Water is the quiet miracle that keeps our world alive. A world without water? That isn't a world at all.